What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Harris. I am once again joined by Justin, and this is it. This is the last two episodes, episodes 135 and 136 of the Chimera Ant arc of Hunter x Hunter.
Yep, that's right, guys. Insane arc, very long arc, but still an insane arc. Actually, can't believe we finally got to this point. I know that we joked when we first started, like, oh, by the time the end of this arc, who knows what's gonna happen? And I will say this. The arc has lived up to the hype that I've heard about it. I'm not sure how Harris feels.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like the payoffs, they were there. You know, I'll agree, but we'll save it to the end.
Yeah, we'll
I
save it to
definitely
the end.
enjoyed this arc for sure. But
I guess to do a small recap before we get into our finale of it is that we know the king is probably gonna die from poison of all things.
Yep.
Yuppie already bit the bullet, and I think Poof is about to, right?
Yes, I mean, last episode we kind of saw like three things, right? First off, like Welfin stood up to the king, right? He stood up, held his ground. He aged like 100 years or something because of the shock and the fear. And it looks like the king has made his decision, right? He has made his decision. He wants to live as a human, right? After he said, I hope you find Gyro someday, but I'm gonna live up, like, because he has a lot of pride, right? He has a lot of pride. That's like the king's like thing.
Well, yeah,
and he kind of like thought again and said, I'm gonna just make a decision. I want to live as a human.
Yeah, I think he's come to respect humans, right? Just in general. I'm like,
yes.
And now he's on his mission to go find Komugi, the person,
Yes.
as we see now, based on like his mind getting unlocked. I think he does love her, right? I think that's what the happy place was trying to show, is that him
the
playing,
paradise.
Yeah, him playing Gungi with her.
Gungi
is
with her.
basically like the only thing he wants to do in the world, right? Which at the end of the day, it's like somebody you love doing something with the person you love, right? So who would have thought when this started that Komugi would have been the key to saving all of humanity? But it looks
Pretty
like
much.
she was.
Yep.
So we'll see if Komugi can. We'll see if the king can go find Komugi, because she's currently stuffed in a box.
She is. Ikalgo and Palm did just left her in there. But the last part, I guess, is Poof is kind of defeated at this point, right? I think his purpose is just gone after the king said what he said about I want to be human. He's just like, I lost the king in a sense. He's dead to me. He just stood over and just keeled over and started crying.
Yeah, because like you said, he failed his mission of making him like the superior species, and now Poof is probably gonna die soon, just like Yuppie, and then the king is probably gonna die at some point too, right? As Palm said.
Yep.
So we'll see if that happens this episode, or if he survives a little longer than that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you've been liking Hunter, if you like this arc was it was super long, but you know, if you've joined it up to this point, be sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the Patreon, because by the time this is out on YouTube, we're probably done with the show, and I don't know if we're going to move on to the next anime. I would think maybe by that then Chainsaw Man will be out, so it's just like we probably will watch that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, join the Patreon if you want, see what we are watching up to this point, and with that, let's see how this arc wraps up.
Yeah, we're not getting an intro.
Wow, we're not getting an intro, and it just feels so weird. Like, you know, this is like the conclusion of like at least this storyline.
I don't think we ever got this for any of the other arcs, right?
Probably not.
Transform his Oh, this is like kind of like Poof's thing.
It's kind of like Poof's. Yeah. Okay. So instead of just like making clones of himself, he could just morph his end into small little particles. That's ridiculous, man.
And
if he can scatter that everywhere, he's just aware of like everything.
Yes, and I mean, what the hell?
There's probably like a heat signature in there or something.
Yeah, somebody's in there.
Please don't do anything to Palm. Oh.
Well, we knew that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't know that. But this is like news to her.
Oh, he knows he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, he knows it.
He knows it.
And he wants to
I wanna
spend his last moments with Komugi. Wow.
Hey, don't you think Palm should like step back because he has the poison?
なのに、ああ、そうなのと言えると。絶対の王がちっぽけな私を偽るために自分自身を偽るなんて。
Oh yeah, now she's doing what you were saying. She's questioning, like, do I believe him or
Yeah.
not?
すべてが一致しての現在だからこそ、そう思うだけなのかもしれない。
Because everything has fallen into place.
世に時間がないのは承知であろう。自力で探す。
He still doesn't understand why he feels this way, but the reason he feels this way is because now he's human.
Because he's gonna die. Or and he is also gonna die.
That too.
拷問でも何でも自由にしたら。
それが不可能なのはお互い十分分かっているはず。
I like how his end particles are still floating around. I think it's cool. It's like
Yes.
世にできるのはひたすら頼むことだけだ。
Is he kneeling?
bro, he's gonna bend the knee. He's gonna beg. He's
bend
gonna
the
beg.
knee. He's gonna beg.
私ももう一部あり。
Oh, she still can't see him because she's part ant. She can't see the king beg. Wow, that's.
それほど
I don't know if that's her human or her ant. Like, Palm is 100% moved by this. Like,
それだけ
Yeah.
言うわ。私の能力であなたを、あなたたちを見届けていい。
是非もないこと。
Wow.
this is wild. You remember when the king
That's
first came
so
out and killed
wild.
Peggy compared to what he's doing now?
I know. He fucking
Oh.
destroyed Peggy and the tortoise guy. Oh, is this it? This is it for Poof.
Yeah,
Look at all
that's
that
it.
blood.
Poof is dead. Yeah. All the royal guards are dead now.
All the royal guards are dead. Sayonara, Shia LaBeouf. She's got a snot bubble. Someone clean her nose.
How is she breathing in there? Wow, she's dreaming about Gungi.
起きろ小麦。撃つぞ。
It's time to play. Oh, he's so excited.
I know. It's time to duel.
Wow. It's time to duel with however much time.
Where
I have
the
left.
fuck were all of you when we
Where
needed
the fuck
you?
were you all? Oh my god, everyone shows up now.
Oh, they're not telling them what really happened. They said a plot by the so yeah, I guess you want to hot cover this up. Oh, Bizif
Oh,
is
yeah,
with the
Bizef is-
pregnant ant, right? Dude, this is a lot to cover up. I have no idea how
This
you
is a
extend
lot
this.
to cover. It's literally, where did we go from like the first part of the arc, right? All the NGL people, the farmers who live there, they all got swept away and eaten. And then the drug lord people.
責務を全うしたよ。いや、俺は直接見ちゃいねえ。
Moral.
He's okay. How much time has passed? Iko,
Oh, look
go!
at my little boy! Look at my guy with the fucking do-rag! He's got the bandage on his head, man.
What the hell? Is that like a will?
That's, yeah. He's crying.
会長、お疲れ様でした。
Yes, I'm gonna clap for Netero. He did his job.
He did his job.
乾杯しようじゃないか。
Who is this?
人というものどもに、
Drink to the human
善
race.
人も悪人も
That would be
い
good.
つの世
I
も
love the writing that's
人は
coming up on the screen right now.
うちなど人、血と使徒で
Do you think this is like the author who kind of wrote himself into the story? Is this like the author of the manga?
No, that's
Oh no.
that's the real Diego.
In his 30th year of retirement. He's been retired for who the fuck was the Diego that was there?
終わった。
They said that Diego was in his 30th
Yeah, that
year of
was the-
retirement. And Palm is crying because the king just died.
あと気づいたら変な人にさらわれてでも総帥様が助けてくだ
She has no idea what the hell just happened.
分かっておる。
Look how happy she is. It's
Look
not
how
only the
happy
king,
she
she's
is.
also happy.
世の名を聞いたな。世の名はネルエムだ。
The light that illuminates all.
何が大事なものかを何も知らなかったようだ。
Bro, his character development, holy shit.
Dude, no, the king was awesome, man.
以前の世とは一味違うぞ。
Dude, can you imagine if the king
Look at
survived?
this.
No villains would
fine
be
with
able
that.
to stand up to to
Yeah, I'd be fine with it, honestly. I like the king.
まさか。
712鳥で
Is she actually gonna win one?
負けたらやはり死ね。
I think she might have come up with like a new strategy.
Oh,
白く
certain
ない
death.
と申すか。世の検討でもいくつか道はあった。
Oh, is that like?
それは
I know
全ていたず
she
ら
has
に
the
手を増やすだけで
ability of
勝ち目
Nen,
の
quote
ない
unquote,
禁止
right?
ばかり。
Yeah, so she might have unlocked some
So
new.
she might have unlocked something through that. Oh,
921中条新た
or was I right? Is he gonna lose, or is he gonna win?
見せてみ
No, I don't think. I think like you said, she doesn't joke around with Gungi. So
Oh, is he that?
402忍び
yeah, she had a strategy. He didn't see it.
Oh,
確かに道が生きた。
she just found a way out. Oh,
気づいてしまったんです。
黙れ考えさせろ。
You made him think.
I want to figure it out instead. Oh man,
私がこんなに幸せでいいのでしょうか。
dude.
私みたいなものにこんなに素敵なことがいくつも起きていいんでしょうか。
This is sad. Like the fact that
This is
all this
sad.
stuff is making her so happy is because we learned a little bit about her life, right? Her parents didn't like her. They only used her for the money, and
Yeah.
like, this is where she gets her joy.
毒に侵され長くない。
ネルエム様。
最後主と打って過ごしたかった。だが
This is rough.
Oh, it is
転
contagious.
生する
Oh, it is contagious. What is it? It's a
世のそば
fucking.
に長くいれば
It's
面白い
it's a virus.
So you have to stay next to him a long time because he said if you steer near me too long.
逆新手返し
She Uno reverse carded his reverse card.
私今とっても幸せですともさせてください。
Oh shit, is she gonna die too?
私はきっとこの日のために生まれてきました。
この瞬間のために生まれてきたのだ。
This is sad and beautiful at the same time. It's
Yeah.
hitting me a little bit. Is that it?
441票
They're gonna fucking show us the actual moment.
I think so.
272結局要はお前に一度も勝てなかったな。
The one person he could never beat.
ネルエム様の番ですよ。
He's fading in and out. That's why he keeps
Yes.
asking her.
少しだけ疲れた。
Oh no.
ほんの少し眠るから。
I can see why Palm cried. I'm not gonna lie. This is sad.
Yeah.
それまでそばにいてくれるか。
Dude,
ありませんよ。
this is rough.
おやすみなさい。メルエム。
Wow.
私もすぐ
Oh, she's bleeding. She's about
She's
to do
bleeding.
it. Too. Yeah.
Fuck, man. NGO. Basically wiped out. Bravada.
So yeah, what's gonna happen to all these ants now?
いいんだ
Holy shit.
俺は多分ジャイロの部下じゃなく NGL の住民だったってことだろうな。
まあ
Oh, there's Bizef and the
Oh, they ran into
Exorcist.
each other. Yeah.
そういうこと
So are they just gonna live here like Pokemon?
Who is this?
This was the one helping the chick. I have no
Yeah.
idea who she is.
But who is that?
覚えてる方なんだわ。
Yeah, who is she?
てねんだと思う。
It's that she can't talk.
So she has no mouth. She can only communicate telepathically.
She's probably just a kid.
うるせえな分かったよ
You don't think it's that fucking girl from the beginning who got eaten by the crab?
おめえも
死ぬまで死ぬなよ。
No.
She turned to that?
そりゃ
ジャイロの挨拶だ。俺の一番好きなこ
Who,
とです。
then who's the other kid? Is there another kid who got eaten like that?
で俺も流星街の住民か。
Meteor
Meteor City.
City. The
That's
Forgotten
where the
City.
that's where the troop came from,
Yeah,
right?
it's the Forgotten City where people go when they're not remembered.
Oh.
Is this
Like
like?
it's cracking open a Heineken.
少しの辛抱。
Are they like a new crew?
ジャイロもきっと
They're gonna try to
Alright,
find
this sounds
Gyro.
like Gyro's in another arc or something.
俺は王を止めた男だぜ。
Alright, why don't you calm down, buddy? You did no such thing.
No, honestly, no. I mean, he stood up to the king last episode, though.
You didn't stop him.
He didn't stop him, no. But
おまけの人生楽しむか。
that conversation was kind of like a pivot.
心配すんな俺がついてる
What did he turn into a
Is-
good guy? Or what the
What,
fuck?
is Bravado a fucking homie?
Yep,
No.
expected.
Expected, yeah. But-
Remember when, like, in the beginning of the arc, they came here and took the children and stuff? I remember.
yes.
何者だいいや信じてもらえ
I feel bad for her, actually.
I do.
You think her mom will recognize her? That's
It's gotta be
that's
her.
her.
It's gotta be
That's
her.
her, yeah.
That's her.
she survived. Crazy. This was like episode 70 something. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Is she gonna talk?
She knows. A mom always knows. Oh my god.
Wow, dude. Oh
Full
my.
circle.
It's
Rena,
Rena.
that was it.
Oh man.
わかるのわかるよ。お母さんだもん。レイナのお母さんだもん。
She doesn't care that she's an ant.
She doesn't care that she's an aunt now. It's still her daughter.
よく帰ってきたね。
Well, now Colt's alive too, right? So
じゃが守ってくれたの。おじいちゃんがお化けあっちに行けって。レイナは逃げろって守ってくれた。
They can be a family, hopefully.
守れなくてごめんね。
Damn, these two episodes, they tried to fuck me up.
God, I know they're fucking me over.
And the village is also accepting. Look at that. We just accepting.
みんなで食事にしましょう。
You did a good thing,
You
Bravada.
did a good thing, Bravado. Good job, man.
これで借りは返したからな
Return the favor.
After Ikago
Oh,
spared
didn't
him.
kill him. Yep. Ikago changed you, buddy. That's right.
一緒にご飯食べよう。
Oh man. Bravada's crying too, dude. What the fuck?
なんだこれなんだよ
Nothing's wrong. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
レイナブロブーダ故郷へ戻る
And Bravada return home. That's his
Let's
home. now.
go.
I like that. I like that. That mom went
I
through
like
so
that.
much.
I know.
お前たちは新種の魔獣ってことで
As a new magical
So that's what they'll be
beast.
called. Okay.
ま
It's like those, you know, those two animals combined or whatever.
問題はない
Yeah.
レイナなんだが。
違うよ。
Reina.
違う
Oh, that's what he named. Isn't that the baby? You remember the queen had a baby?
じゃあ一体
That
Oh, that's
little
the-
thing?
私はレイナじゃないもん。
I'm not Reina.
私の名前はカイトです。
What?
Ah! Wait, that's Kite?
How?
ゴンの容体は
Oh, let me hear this.
依然として危険な状態です。
Critical condition.
生命維持装置を外せない
What
状
the
況が続く
hell?
限り12歳の少年が一夜であんな無残な。
Yeah, what was the covenant, bro?
わかった。
He turned to Giga Chad, it was for a
専
reason.
門機関をこちらへ移動させる。
he probably didn't only give up his nen, he gave up like his life force.
絶対にゴンは死なせない。
We cannot let the main character die.
He looks so dead.
I mean, he saw the whole. He didn't see the whole thing, but he saw a lot of it.
一緒に倒そうって言ってほしかった。
He wanted
To be
him to
needed.
ask
Yeah,
him
he
for
wanted to be
help.
needed.
Yeah, he wanted to be needed.
やってやるよ。
Dude, my boy is hurt.
今回だけは許さない。
Both our boys are hurt.
謝れよ。
The best boy is hurt.
俺がゴンを助ける。医者の方は頼むよ。それも必要だ。俺が戻るまでは。
Where the hell is he going? I like how you could see his nose hairs.
So I'm gone, so it's up to you now.
All hunters. Oh, what? How many
All
hunters
hunters
are
must-
there? Under 90. Under 95%. Dude,
Under
what the
95?
fuck? The Zodiacs. What are those? So 95% turnout. Need the Zodiacs to handle. Hunters vote.
ハンター協会の最高幹部12神が
Zodiacs.
So those must be the Zodiacs, yeah.
Bruh, they're like the fucking Hashiras.
Wait!
It's
No way! Is this how they're gonna meet? It's gonna happen.
It's fucking
It's
Ginge!
gonna happen. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, it's fucking Ginge, bro.
Hey, I guess all the hunters were called, so he's here. Is he gonna be the new chairman? Imagine.
No, I wouldn't vote for him.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out in the next episode. Holy shit. Okay, so
Bro, we have to see him and like Hisoka come back, right? Because he's a hunter.
that's true. He's gonna have to vote. Well, I guess he doesn't have to. They only asked for a 95%
Hey,
turnout.
Come on, everybody gotta come up. Everybody's
That's
gotta
true. It's
come
probably gonna be everybody's gonna pull up. We're gonna see all the characters from all the way back. We'll probably see Wing again. Maybe a Zushi appearance. Oh.
up. They're not hunters, are they?
No, Wing is, right? Like,
Wing
yeah,
is,
so then I'm assuming if
Oh,
Wing
Bisky
shows
will
up.
be back.
That's true, Bisky. We maybe see Karpika again, Leorio, the squad.
Pika and Leorio, the
Damn.
squad. Dude, we're almost done with the show. What the fuck has Leorio done?
Well, he's been studying for med school, right? So he better get into med
better-
school.
It's only what? It's 136. So there's like a 148. So there's 12
Yeah,
episodes
12
left.
episodes
Like,
left. So I guess this final arc will
Fuck.
be them selecting a new hunter and then maybe Gon and Ginge actually meeting. But who knows
Yeah.
about that? Like, is he actually gonna go check on his son who's basically on his deathbed? He better go do that. I mean, like, come on now.
If he's not, then I'm gonna say that he fucking sucks as a dad.
Yeah, if he doesn't do that, I agree. Like, nobody can argue for him now at that point. Like, your son is literally on his deathbed. Honestly, he probably knows. Like, how he, like, all this news passes around, right? More, it might be like hush hush, but like, you know, it's like passed around like the top of the hunters. And he's like, he was a top hunter, right? I think he was like a 2-star or something hunter, from what I remember when Kite was explaining. So
Something like S tier
Yeah.
or what's above S plus or some shit.
yeah, he had like multiple or
But-
something. But speaking of Kite, we have the
Dude. Okay, the girl who is supposed to be quote unquote Reina says she's Kite.
So I guess Colt
So you're
named her
telling me-
Reina, right? That's what I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
Colt named her Reina in honor of
Yeah,
the sister,
yeah.
probably. But the fact that this is the twin, right? Because it was Meruem forcing himself out of the womb.
Yes.
And there was left behind a small little baby. That's Kite.
Yes. Oh well, that's I don't know if that's Kite, but
So that's
she
That's
is
what-
calling herself Kite.
she's telling us what makes me believe that she's remembering the past.
Somebody's
stuff,
memories,
you know?
yeah. Like that's what
It has to be Kite.
So I guess
You can't say I am Kite without like some resemblance on that though.
so. Two things, I guess. One is that they actually did feed a piece of Kite to the queen, right? That's the only way. That's one of the things, right? That's why she has the memories. Or I guess the second thing is, could it be one of the slots? Like, we didn't get the other 6 slots, right? Could it be like a reincarnation one? Like, that's what he flipped, what he
Oh,
fought?
yeah, because we had what? The only slots we saw were the gun and then like the big sharp like scepter thing, right?
Yeah, the thing that like he could like slash.
Like the Grim Reaper,
Yeah.
the Grim Reaper tool
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. So there was a lot of unknown there, right? And I think that was ambiguous on purpose. So I guess that could have been one of them, right? One of the slots could have been like reincarnation. I have to go back and watch that fight again to see if we got any hints, like, because I remember it was spinning and then it went to like, you know, like the middle screen, the bumper, and then we
He went to the bumper. He's just like, oh yeah, you gave me that one, huh? Or some shit like that.
yeah, okay, so he did say something. Like, I'd have to go back and watch the
Or
fight. So
I don't know if he said anything like that, but it was just like they never told us.
no,
which one
we
it
never
was. Maybe
saw
it-
one.
it-
But if he did say a line like, you gave me that one, maybe that is implying that like that was like the reincarnation one. So
or it could have been some bullshit where he went brrr, and then the fucking bumper went up, you know?
no, true. Like I said, I have to
I
go
don't
back
know.
and watch. But that is
I have to watch
there's a
that.
possibility he's alive. Or I guess it'd be she's alive now because
That's-
it's a girl. So.
Yeah, it's now a girl. It's like you turn into a female ant, and then you're calling yourself Kite. It's probably Kite.
I mean,
That's crazy.
and it was
What's
like
Gon
a
gonna
twin.
say? What is Gon gonna say when he meets Kite again?
And will they have all the memories of Kite, right? Or is it just
Yes.
pieces of memories? I guess that's another thing to talk about. And now I guess also something to like kind of jumping off of that.
Also, to kind of like go off that though, so that Kite is the fucking twin of the king.
I was about to
How
say,
nasty
yeah.
as them.
So is it good? Is she gonna be as strong as the king, or is it gonna be probably not as strong, right? King, as we saw, ended up being like a tier completely to himself. So
Yes.
maybe it'll get close. But wow, so maybe Gon can get some closure there if he meets this person or ant, I should say, and maybe get something resolved there after he gets healed up and whatever Killua's got to do to go heal him up, right? Because he's got to
Yeah.
go do that. So we got that little wrap up, and I guess a thing to talk about. It looks like the ants are going to be classified as magical beasts, right? And I kind of
At least like the nice ones that came back.
yeah, I guess live as humans. Like, what are they gonna do with all those ants in the nest? You remember those ones on the trees? Like, those were ants, so or like
Yeah.
modified ants like Palm. So are they gonna like exterminate those? Are they gonna let them hatch and live? Like, there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered that will probably get like there's a lot of wrapping up. Like, we got all that arc,
There's a lot.
but then we have
that
all
whole
the
arc,
after.
I mean, we're not even talking about the first episode we watched, which
oh no,
was
we gotta get to
sadly-
that too. Yeah, holy shit.
Sadly, we saw the last Gungi game.
Yes, and that relationship basically came full circle, right? Started with her walking in, and I even think the narrator said when she rocked in, like, this girl will change the king's life, and he doesn't know it yet, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So we saw the process. She was like an enigma to him. Like, he couldn't figure out why she was motivated to do things, why he couldn't beat her, and then like how she had this spirit about her, and in the end it was like it's almost like an attraction. Like, he was kind of low-key attracted to her, right? That's my opinion. I'm not sure if you thought it was different. It's like when you find somebody like interesting, I think that's the best way, right? And you don't know why,
Yeah.
and then I guess his feelings sort of developed, and I think in the end it was love, right? I think they both loved each other.
For sure. I mean, his last moment is playing Gungi and dying in her arms.
Yeah, and like vice versa, her last moment, same thing, and him in the arms. They both basically, she got to say his name, learned his name, and I guess he got to find peace going to his happy place in his
Yeah.
final moments. And as we saw there, he basically became a human, right? Like, he was leading up to this point, and he basically got there, and like all the way back to Netero's side when he was saying you've got two halves, and his
Yeah.
human half won. And even in the end, he still appreciated his royal guards, even though they lied to him. Appreciated Komugi, obviously. Wanted to protect the human life as well, because he didn't want to kill any more humans. So I guess a question that we might not ever know is, if he did not end up getting poisoned, would he have still felt this way? Who knows, right? I mean, part of the reason he
True.
might have felt this way because he knew he had a clock, right?
Yes. For sure.
I mean, based on how he interacted with Palm, I want to assume he would have felt this way, because like if he knew he had a clock, you would think he would have been aggressive with Palm, but he was not. He was very gentle, like reasonable, and was willing to bend the knee. So
Yeah, he was gonna actually bend the knee. Crazy. The king ever doing that?
yeah, and
Man.
I guess it came, like we said, like full circle. Also with Palm too, like she also realized how the king had changed, and We
Yeah, and her part aunt was kind of like,
Yeah, he can't bend the
Feeling
knee to a
sorry.
subordinate. Which I guess her part A was kind of like saying you cannot bend the knee to a subordinate, right? Because it's like there is
Yeah.
still value for like the king versus all your followers. So she had that like ingrained because they probably like some genetic thing, right? Where like the ants like have a predisposition to follow the king, right? So
Yep.
and that's probably why she was like her brain saying, oh no, you can't do that, like against her code or whatever. So. And I guess the last thing we should talk about before, I guess, giving our score of the arc and wrapping that up is it was nice to see Reina and the mom getting some
Oh,
closure
yeah.
there.
100% agree. I mean, like that, and I guess Bravada kind of like redeeming himself in a
Yeah,
sense, right?
yeah.
Because he was seen as like an antagonistic role, and it's just like now he's gonna be the part of the family for the remnants of the NGL.
Yeah, and hopefully Colt can come back too, so that they.
Okay, yeah, they man, I really wanted to see like Colt come back because we hadn't seen Colt before this
In
and,
a
like,
while.
before like a phone call, right? Ever since he got the white flag and flew over to
Yeah,
Morland
Netero and
right?
judged the power scaling. Yeah, it's been a while. It's
Yeah.
been like 30
It's
something.
been a long
episodes,
time
40
because they kind of focused on Colt for like the beginning part of the arc.
Yeah, and I guess part of the reason why is now we're seeing with the close up is that he might be like the leader, I think, of the ants. Like, I guess integrating ants into human society. And he, as we saw, Reina was also a big part of this arc. Who would have thought the two kids you would have just thought were like kind of fodder people that they were just killing off to show
Hey.
how hard it was gonna be?
Yes, right. The first like casualty
Yeah.
were kids.
Yeah. And they come back and at least maybe now they could have some sort of happy life after such a rough time there. so-
Man, you look at the beginning of the arc and to now, like, whew, what a slogfest, right? I guess we can like
yeah,
move into
yeah,
like
the talking about the
how
arc
we
as a
feel
whole.
with the arc.
Yeah.
All right, because I know at the end of it, the arc is polarizing for a lot of people, especially in maybe in the shonen world. I think maybe for like the most part, maybe I'm just wrong. And I think people are just saying that the Chimera Ant arc is the best arc ever to known to man. What did you think?
Okay, so me personally, I think I'd have to let it sit a little bit, but initial reaction is I think this is my favorite arc so far because I think
Okay.
the stakes, the development of characters, the interesting villains, the interesting themes, and also the fights, like all of that put together
Yes.
was very, very well done in my opinion. Not to mention animation, dialogue, like there's just so many things you could talk about. Also tying in characters that you didn't think would show up, like Zeno, for example. Who would have thought he would have showed
Oh,
up?
yeah.
But, like even the Phantom Troop, when they threw those 2 mini episodes in there, but they were also part of it to some extent. So like even characters you didn't expect to be in the arc ended up being in the arc. So I think to that extent, I think it was my favorite arc. My only, obviously, I guess, critique would be pacing, but I feel like a lot of things
Yeah.
had to be set up for this point. But yeah,
Sure.
you say how you felt, and then we kind of go back and forth.
Sure. I will say this arc is definitely goated, but it just lasted a little bit too long for me is the problem.
Yeah,
it's
I think
just
that's
like-
definitely fair.
This was what? You started from
76, I think.
70 something
Yeah.
to
136.
So now,
It's
like,
60 episodes,
holy
basically,
shit.
yeah.
at least like the beginning part, like I understand. I think it was like the beginning was the fucking, the development of the queen, telling us what the phagocytosis or
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was. That was kind of like the beginning.
They needed the
but they
kite
were just-
stuff too. And then
He needed the kite stuff too. Yeah, I mean, it just took a little bit long for me, and then now, the payoffs. Oh yeah, payoffs S tier, 100%. Like the beginning of the invasion, the shock part when Pito showed up, right, and just offed kite in the beginning of the arc. Like, man, absolutely amazing. Like, amazing stuff. I honestly think I actually prefer Yorknu a little bit more to this though.
okay, that's fair. I mean, like obviously not everybody's
I
gonna
think
feel the same way.
Yorknu was straight perfect in my opinion. Like it was clear and concise to the point. It was paced amazingly well. It didn't last too long, and we got so many like good moments out of Yorknu, right? And it was also like a Kurapika focused arc, which I liked too, because I like Kurapika a lot.
No, that's
and,
true.
you
I
know,
remember when that arc happened, you said he was like your favorite character after that arc.
Yeah, Pretty much. Like I still love Killua and Gon. Like we saw a lot of development with Gon and Killua in this arc too. Like they went through a whole lot. My thing is, it's just like it took this long for Gon to gain a respect for me. You know, it took this long. Which
you were never a Gon fan, to be fair.
I was never a Gon fan to begin with, but now after this arc, you know, I will sympathize with him. He's definitely a little bit better on my scale, but it just took a while for him at least. With Kurapika, like we just saw it straight, right? He had a resolve, and he made a fucking sacrifice. That was the first time we ever got introduced to what a Nen Covenant was. And it was specifically for I'm defeating the Phantom Troop, which was nuts. And I still loved the black and white with Uvo the first time we saw that, like when he just dispatched an Uvo. Oh, so nice. Zeno and Silva versus Chrollo. That's still like gonna be a classic to me.
It is kind of crazy though. Now you're mentioning those arcs,
and
those
just
things.
The orchestra scene with Chrollo going like this. Well, hell was breaking loose in York New. Like man. Like I prefer it to this, honestly. That doesn't go to show like this shit had moments. Once again, the invasion, the King versus Netero, and Gon versus Pito. Like I will still remember it as good, but I will just prefer York New City over this.
Okay. I mean, even when you were mentioning like the high moments from that arc, it was making me think like a lot of those things set up stuff here too. Like where we got how Kurapika got stronger is what Gon ended up doing to get stronger.
Oh yeah.
Or the kind of the fight setting up like just how Nen, even the things Sphinx and Phaeton mentioned at the end of the arc came back too with
yes,
all these
that
things
came
like
back. And people in the Patreons were just like, I'm so glad he remembered that because other people forgot. So I did not disappoint this time.
So like that's another thing I guess to kind of wrap up that I like about Hunter is that it's things you might think are not important, small things, they are like foundational things that are meant for later on. Which they
come back in the future, which is nuts. Like I can see why people think that Hunter is like the best show of all time, best shonen of all time.
Well written for sure. It's definitely well written.
Well written for sure.
Well, I guess
I see it.
That's probably what's gonna happen with Gyro. Like I guess like kind of like putting the wrap on this is that we got introduced to Gyro. That was kind of like I guess a seed, and he's gonna be important down the line in something.
Exactly.
We're gonna use him for something.
That beginning scene, the beginning fucking like 15 minutes, right? I was just telling us what Gyro went through, who he was, and what he went through. That has to count for something. Like they're not just gonna give us that until we see it. I don't know if we're gonna see it in the show, or if Togashi's gonna write something about it. I don't know.
That's probably why Togashi taking so long. He doesn't know what he wants to do with Gyro. Like I figured.
No, look, he's an old man, all right. He's had some health problems and stuff.
He deserves
so I don't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah,
he has created a great work of art.
For sure, that and Yu Yu Hakusho, top tier stuff. But
I have not seen Yu Yu Hakusho, but one of these days, once I have time, I will.
Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us, guys. I guess a final question for you: who do you think the ants or the humans are really evil? This will kind of be our wrap up. What do you think was the push?
That would be that's the question.
Yeah, I think that was like the overarching question of this arc, right? Like
who is worse?
Yeah,
the ants or the humans?
Because as we saw at the end there, like the ants were actually like doing good. Like we saw Bravada end up bringing Reina. We saw the king embrace some sort of humanity. We had Colt kind of do that. But we also had the humans doing good. We saw the humans accept Bravado, right? They didn't have to do that. They could have shunned him, but they accepted it.
Hey, Ikalgo!
Ikalgo too. I can't forget my
boy.
Yeah, I can't forget him.
I'm so glad they put he had the little bandage on his head and he had some like the little shirt and the little shorts on. Oh man, that's probably like he's like top 500 characters for me.
I have become an Ikalgo fan also.
And APR. I will never forget APR.
Oh yes, him too. He got introduced. A lot of cool characters got introduced in this arc. Baby Yuppie. But I guess I feel
bad for Baby Yuppie, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. I don't feel bad for Poof. Screw Poof.
No, fuck Poof. I like seeing Small Poof. Small Poof's adorable, but Small Yuppie was a lot more adorable.
I agree. So I guess I'll say I think there was bad on both sides, but I guess that was what it was trying to show is that the humans are not really good at the end. Like the humans do a lot of messed up stuff, as we saw with
we're awful.
Yeah.
Like they gave us those what human nature
Yes.
slideshows, right?
Yes.
So
But I think there is good in human, just like there's good in ants. And like they shouldn't have just tried to get rid of them without finding the good, which went back to Netero's part, is that hey, there's like good inside the king, but he didn't want to like be around long enough for him to sympathize with the king. I guess maybe saying there's
Yeah.
good in everybody, which I think that could be true to an extent, right? That's like a deeper topic for another time. But I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I would say like both sides had their good and bad. I'm not sure how you would kind of wrap up.
No, I mean, you look at what the fucking humans did, right? Look at what Netero did.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, he put a damn nuke in his body
True.
to fucking just be like, hey, gotta kill them all, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Which is, I
And-
guess, why he brought them to the wasteland, so nobody else could get hurt. As we found out with the poison, he did not want anybody else to get affected with that poison, which I
That's a
guess is why.
sick weapon,
Yeah.
bro. That's a fucking sick weapon.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's like ethically inhumane, you know?
yeah,
Like,
literally. But the human is the one who used it, right? Which is
but the human is the
basically
one that
just-
used it. Once again, who is bad?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
let us know.
Yeah, you let us
The
know in the
question of the
comments.
day.
You could put it down in the comments if you get to this point, and we know you got to this point, and then we could see what everybody else thinks. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us, guys. Thanks for coming along this Chimera Ant journey with us. We got 12 episodes left, so hopefully you guys
Yep.
stay around for the finish. Don't forget to drop that like down below. Like Harris mentioned in the beginning, we do have a Patreon. By the time this is out on YouTube, we'll definitely be finished with Hunter already. So if you want to check out the link down below, you can see the rest of the episodes with us and see the full-length reactions there. So is there anything you want to wrap up before we head out?
Nope, that is pretty much it. What a way to end things, at least for this arc. The last couple episodes are just going to be under one arc. I think it's called the next chairman selection arc,
Well,
I believe.
there we go. Self-explanatory.
That is where we will end Hunter from the things of it. Before we get into, I don't have no idea
We'll
when
figure that out.
Togashi will
Yeah.
figure that shit out later on and what they're going to do if they're going to bring the anime back. But that is going to do it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Patreon, and we'll see you in the next episodes.
Peace.